When the market is struggling, just trying to stay afloat, some companies actually find a way to thrive. It's pretty rare, but it happens. Today, we're looking at one of those stories, the story of Nuvama, and how they managed to find impressive growth when almost nobody else could.
Okay, so let's just paint the picture here, because this slide tells you everything you need to know. On one side, you have the broader market, stuck, profits getting squeezed, and just a lot of uncertainty. But then you look at Nuvama's quarter, and it's like they were living on a different planet. We're talking solid growth across the board, better efficiency, and a really impressive jump in profits.
So, just how good were these results? Let's peel back the layers and actually look at the headline numbers that made them stand out so much.
First up, get this, the total amount of money they're managing for clients is shot up by 19% from last year, hitting a massive 4.6 lakh crore. That's not just a number, it shows a huge amount of momentum and trust from their clients.
And here's the number that really matters, right? The bottom line. With all of that market chaos we talked about, their actual profits still jumped by 19%. You know, in a time when a lot of companies were just trying to tread water, Nuvama was putting its foot on the gas.
Now, this one's really interesting, return on equity. For those of you who aren't accountants, think of this as a company's efficiency score. It tells you how good they are at turning their own capital into profits. And a number over 30%? Well, that's exceptionally good. It's the sign of a very well-oiled machine.
So, when you see all these incredible numbers, especially in a tough market, you have to ask, right? How on earth did they do it? What's the secret sauce here?
Well, it turns out it's not some magic trick. It's actually a really clear, powerful strategy. You can think of their business as having two distinct, high-powered engines, both firing on all cylinders. And here's how it breaks down. On one side, you've got Nuvama Wealth, which is focused on affluent clients. And on the other, there's Nuvama Private, which caters to the super wealthy, the high and ultra-high net worth crowd. Each one has its own target, its own asset base, and its own special way of driving growth. It's a really smart, focused approach. For their affluent clients, the key is something they call MPIS. Now, what does that mean? It means they're not just selling you a stock here and there, they're building you a complete managed game plan for your money. And this approach has been a huge hit. It now makes up more than half of their wealth revenue. But you know, a great strategy is one thing. To really make it work at scale, you need technology. And this is where Nuvama has a serious edge. This isn't just about people. It's about the tech that makes those people smarter and way more efficient. And you can see exactly how it all works together. It's a full digital journey. It starts with super easy onboarding for new clients. Then they get smart, AI-powered recommendations. Everything happens on one platform, and you even get reports that cover your entire family's portfolio. It's seamless.
At the very heart of all this tech is their secret weapon, called Mars. And let me tell you, this is not just some simple recommendation tool. It's a seriously sophisticated AI engine. It looks at everything, your cash flow, your taxes, everything. It's like having a super smart AI co-pilot for your finances, giving both clients and advisors a huge advantage.
Okay, so they've got their core business totally dialed in. But they're not just sitting back and relaxing. They are already building what comes next, creating a whole financial ecosystem for their clients.
And you can already see this strategy paying off in a big way. I mean, look at these numbers. Outside of their main wealth business, their asset management arm grew by 54%, and their asset services revenue jumped 46%. These are becoming huge growth drivers all on their own.
And this isn't some maybe one-day plan on a whiteboard. This is what they're doing right now. They're adding new, high-value services, launching new funds, and getting licenses to offer even more options. They're basically building a true one-stop shop for wealth. So that's Nuvama. But to really understand why this story is such a big deal, we need to zoom out, way out, because the big picture is where things get really, really exciting. This quote from Nuvama's own management says it all. The entire formal wealth management industry in India has only reached about 15% of the people it could. Just think about that. If that number just doubles over the next decade, the whole market could grow by 8 or even 9 times. The runway here is just enormous.
So when you see a market that's potentially about to explode in size like that, a goal like this starts to make a whole lot of sense. Nuvama is aiming to grow its profits by 20 to 25% every single year. That's their ambition.
And that leaves us with the big final question. Nuvama's strategy, focusing on technology, focusing on high-end clients, it's working like a charm right now.
But the race for India's multi-trillion-dollar wealth opportunity is really just getting started. As more competition floods in, is this focused strategy enough to keep them ahead of the pack? Only time will tell.